Sup?
Our houses are usually the one place we can call home and feel isolated from the outside world.
Right.
At least until someone or something from the outside world enters without consent.
Fucking bullshit. That's that shit.
I've taken 3 very long, supposedly true horror stories that I've either found on the internet or were shared to me and condensed the stories to fit a nicer length video. Number 1. 19-year-old single child Damian Andrews would drive directly from campus after his last class on Friday to his job at a gas station for 6 hours, and after his shift was done, he'd go back to his parents' house.
Right.
Usually his parents weren't home on weekend nights, as they were the ones who were more often out drinking. Damian pulled into the empty driveway, and as expected, everything was dark in the house. He needed to put his bike that was still in his trunk back into the shed in the backyard, so he removed the bike from the trunk of his truck and rode it down the pavement past the fence and to the shed. When he shut the shed door, he noticed the bathroom light upstairs in the house was on now.
Okay, nah.
He didn't remember noticing the bathroom light being on when he passed the side of the house, so he assumed that maybe one of his parents stayed home for the night. Damian entered the house through the back door, and as he opened his mouth ready to call for one of his parents, something deep down told him not to.
Okay. That's your gut.
Damian went up the half flight of stairs from his den to the midsection of the house. He looked up the short stairway to the upstairs and saw a light creeping into the hallway through the closed bathroom door. So somebody was in there. He went upstairs calling out Mom and Dad. There were no responses, but he was in very close range of the bathroom now, which made it odd. He approached the bathroom door, again calling out Mom and Dad.
Fucking you shitting me. Are you serious? You bullshitting. For real. Like, do I have to be the one to tell you that you fucking bullshitting? Are you fucking serious? You must not know your parents, cause I don't even know your parents, and I know your parents. Are you serious? Like, if your parents are normally, like, if your parents are going out, every night, every other night, right? And you come home. Okay, see, this is where you fucked up. Fuck all this, right? Let's just say you know for a fact, right, it's your parents are not in the house, and you walk in the house and you see a light on, alright, and you call out Mom, Dad, and no response. That's when you say, you back up, don't say shit else, right? You back up, leave the premises, and yeah, cut your losses. You better move out or something. You shitting me. Cause if I ever call out somebody in my house and they don't say nothing, I'm not doing that shit twice unless we're playing a game, and I'm iffy on that shit. But you called out Mom and Dad and they didn't say nothing. Then you did it twice. You fucking up.
No response. Damian figured maybe his mom was in the bathtub with earbuds in or something. The door was locked, so one of them had to be in there.
Oh.
When the phone rang, he went downstairs to answer it, to find out it was his dad calling, checking in to make sure Damian made it home okay. His dad sounded drunk as usual per Friday nights, so Damian questioned him as to why he left Mom at home as he walked back upstairs to the bathroom door. His dad seemed confused. Then he noticed at the bottom of the door, through the opening, 2 shadow outlines of feet standing by the door. Literally facing the door right on top of it. Then Damian's dad dropped a bomb and told him that his mother was right beside him at the table.
Shit!
He did the only logical thing he could do. He ran outside, hung up on his dad, and called the police. When Damian looked up to the bathroom window, he saw the light turn off. 10 minutes of hiding in the bushes later, he heard the police out front, who in the end found nobody in the house. Number 2.
You could have.
The protagonist's name was not given in this story, so I'll refer to him as Ted. Ted was 16 years old, and he lived with his dad and brother at their isolated farmhouse.
Okay, wow.
The house was relatively small, with a first floor and a basement. However, it was a huge amount of property with a barn and trees in all directions, providing optimal privacy. There was a long driveway that extended from the side road to the property, which was what Ted was riding down at the moment, returning from his friend's house on his bike. Ted rode into the barn where the family keeps all the bikes, and then headed for the front door of the house. However, on his way, he noticed the basement doors were wide open. Not seeing any cars in the driveway, Ted assumed it was his little brother who, for whatever reason, left them open. Shutting the doors and stepping down into the basement, Ted quickly realized none of the lights in the basement were on. He called for his little brother Andrew, who answered from upstairs. Andrew came rushing downstairs, turning on the light on the way. The first thing Andrew pointed out was the foul stench in the basement, but Ted said he couldn't notice anything. Ted questioned Andrew as to why he opened the basement doors and then left them that way. His response was, "I didn't." Ted continually accused him of either lying or forgetting, but Andrew swore he hadn't even been in the basement all night. The disturbing thought that it was left unlocked and somebody entered the house came up, and the two subsequently turned the basement practically upside down looking for anyone, turning up nothing. Andrew said he had been in the living room all night and hadn't heard anything. Plus, he would have noticed if somebody had come upstairs. So Ted felt at ease knowing nobody was in the house. He sat down on the basement couch and started watching TV. That's when he noticed the couch felt kind of weird. Less soft than usual.
Ooh.
He got up and lifted one of the cushions and screamed. Ted ran upstairs, running into Andrew halfway up, shoving him the rest of the way and locking the basement door behind him. When Ted could finally get some words out, he told Andrew he found a dead body stuffed below the cushions of the basement couch. The body was later determined to be that of their closest neighbor George, whose wife had also gone missing a few days prior. As far as Ted and his family knew at the time of the posting of this story, the culprit was never found. Number 3.
That's... Ted, that's your fault. That's your fucking fault. If, let's say for instance, right, I come home, right, and I'm by myself, right, and I come home, but before I leave the house to go wherever I need to go, I close my door, everything is nice and neat, right? No. Okay, fuck this. Let's say, I leave the house, and before I leave the house, everything in the living room is nice and neat, right, clean and everything. And then a couple hours later, I come back, and I notice, something really I don't know. One of the pillows that's on the couch just so happened to be on the floor when I'm pretty sure that all of the motherfucking pillows was on the couch before I left. I am not about to just be like, oh, that's weird. But I'm sure it's nothing, so I'm just gonna pick the pillow back up, right, and just sit on the couch and watch some Netflix like some paranormal activity shit just didn't happen. Are you fucking serious? Really? That's like me leaving my bedroom, right? And but before I leave, my bedroom is all nice and neat, right? But when I come back, the covers is all fucking messed up, but I'm the only motherfucker that lives here. Are you fucking serious? I'm not about to just lay back in my bed like shit is fine. Shit is not fine. Really? Are you fucking... It doesn't really help that you live in an isolated area too.
Edward Gallo was 24 years old and was living alone in his newly bought home in a rural Virginia area where he would frequently have his girlfriend Sarah stay over on the weekends. One Friday night, after going a whole day without speaking to her, he decided to call her and invite her over. She didn't answer, so he left a voicemail. It was odd for her to not respond to his calls or texts, so he was starting to get worried that maybe she was losing interest. After calling repeatedly with no response, Ed heard one of the doors closing from downstairs. He breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that she had come over after all.
Fuck no!
Ed texted her saying come upstairs.
The fuck?
After a few seconds of tinks and thud sounds coming from downstairs, she finally started walking up the stairs. She was walking up really slowly though, as if she were taking 2 steps per stair.
Is that
Finally,
her?
Ed just called out her name in confusion, and the steps stopped. Then, Ed's phone began to vibrate, and when he took it out of his pocket, the name on the caller ID was Sarah. He picked up, and immediately Sarah apologized for not being able to get back to him.
Oh.
But he interrupted her and asked her what she's doing on the stairs. There was a long silence, and then she finally said, "What?" Ed asked again. This time, Sarah informed him that she was still in her car on her way home from work.
Oh, shit.
Ed locked the door, and immediately after, the doorknob started turning. All Ed could think to do was to yell, "Get out of here," before I call the police. Whoever was on the stairs ran all the way back down and out the front door of the house. Ed looked out the window searching for whoever it was and saw the most disturbing thing he had ever seen. Across the road was a tall man wearing a dress shirt and ripped jean shorts, looking directly at him. And despite how far away he was, Ed could see a smile on the man's face before he turned and ran into the woods to never be seen again.
My heart. Oh shit, Mr. Nightmare. My heart kinda my heart kinda did like a vibrating. It was like ooh. Oh, I feel oh shit. Oh fuck. See, you was bullshitting too. You know? Look, I'm not the type of person to be in a relationship and accelerate or you know speed everything up in a relationship. I like to take everything slow in a relationship. But I just want to say, you know, if I'm in a house by myself and it's a regular size house, right? Granted, that house look kind of big, but if I'm in a regular size house, right, and I'm by myself, and I'm in his shoes, right, and I have a girlfriend, and she comes over every once in a while. That might be the only time where I say, excuse me. I'll be like, baby, you know what? I highly suggest we speed things up. Oh, you don't want to? Okay, fuck, I'm nervous. That's exactly how I would say it in that situation. Like, you don't want to speed things up. Well, you're going to tonight. You're gonna stay over here, and then you're gonna stay for the rest of however long we're gonna last. Because you coming, here back and forth, that's not gonna work for me, because I live by myself and I get scared fast. Ashley, you know, like that's my ex, that's my girlfriend name. Ashley, you know this. Like, come on. I'm gonna need you to be with me on this one. And every other night. For I can't be having you coming, you know, back and forth and not knowing that's you. Like, hell no. I don't need no ifs, ands, or buts. You're gonna live with me for as long as I say. Cause me living by myself in a regular house is but I really can't believe I didn't do this one. I didn't react to that. I reacted to a lot of Mr. Nightmare videos, but it's funny how I didn't come across this. But yeah, me living by myself, that's if I'm going to live by my house, if I'm going to live by myself, you best believe I'm going to have the top-notch security in my house. I'm not going to lie to y'all, I'm going to have some weapons in my house, right? I'm going to have the new pair of, you know, Adidas, you know, running Adidas, right? I'm going to have a lot of shit in my house and outside of my house. Cause, oh my God, I can't even imagine. That's so fucking scary. Like, to leave your house for a couple of hours, then come back, and somebody in your house that you don't know at all. I'm not talking about like you know them or like you just met them or like you kind of know. I'm talking about like this is a complete stranger I've never seen before in my life. That's probably the only thing I would do is run if I was to come home one night or during the day and I notice a light in my house that's already on. Fuck that. No. But yeah. So, question for anyone that's watching. Has your home or the place that you live in has ever been broken into, you know? Or if that's ever happened to you, please let me know your experience and how it was. How did you react to it? Did you know, what's up? Or did you like, fuck no, I'm out this bitch? You didn't even give it a thought. Cause I'm not giving no shit. I'm not giving that even a half of a thought. I see somebody in my house, bitch, I'm running. That's it. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.